Hello everyone, Interact here with a new series, Rin's Real Reviews, where I will be going over viewer-submitted footage from the Entity Education Discord. If you want a link to that, it will be in the description of all of my videos. This one is a Freddy gameplay submitted by Freddy, which is not confusing at all. So it looks like he's running Barbecue, Hex Ruin, Save the Best for Last, and Pop Goes the Weasel. I'll put what all those perks do up on the screen in post-editing. And he's got the outdoor rope and Nancy's sketch, I believe this is. So this is 6% slower action speed for all sleeping survivors and 3% decreased dream projection cooldown for each sleeping survivor as well. And he's at rank 5. So he's got a lot of load time in here. Let's skip to the actual gameplay now and see how it goes. So starting off, we're on Thompson House, and he's getting a message on Steam. Fantastic. Alright, placing down a dream snare at a loop. That's pretty good. That ruin spawn is going to go down in about no time at all. It's a pretty bad spawn. So you see the explosion over there. Checking gens on the way there. I like that. You should probably be placing your dream snares at the loops. Like, that loop that you just passed by is decently safe. You could have placed a dream snare on your way there. You don't get slowed down at all while placing dream snares, so you might as well just be placing them while you're going along. Nope. Okay, you saw the knee. Alright. That's a long wall. Okay, you do the fake at the window. Okay, sure, that works. If it works, it works. Interesting hit, but sure. But she's going for the pallet. You're gonna fake it. Unfortunate, but that's okay. And your ruin's gone. Yeah, just as I suspected. Is there a pallet there? There is. Okay, so you're gonna try and fake it. Little ambitious swing. I don't think she would have made it all the way there, but you get her anyways. That's fine. Pick her up and try and find somewhere to pop. He just got caught on barrels. I'm not sure why you looked at that. Okay, another gen's gone. That's fine. Alright, so right here, I think you're probably going to pop this generator right here. So you can see that they're all the way over here. That's by Killer Shack. Killer Shack's in this area. This one I think is at the Harvester, or this might be at the Jungle Gym. I think you can spawn either one. So let's see if you dream project to that or if you just stay over here. Because there's only 2 people. You haven't seen the 4th on Barbecue yet. So we'll see what you do. You're thinking about it. You're gonna pop that. Oh no, looking at that, that's a closer gen. Alright, put down a snare at the loop. That's good. They're probably in the corner if they're not on the Harvester. Yep, you hear him on the gen there. Okay, and you got the Jake. Swinging there's fine. You only had 2 stacks anyways, so you might as well. Are you gonna... Wait, are you actually gonna dream project back? Okay. Sure, I guess. So you can get more stacks to save the best for last. You should probably put a snare on that... on the long wall. Wait, what are you doing? Freddy. Look at this. There are scratches right here. You've got scratches, 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 scratches. And then nothing. So, you know that the pallet over here is gone? That's a horrible arrow. The pallet over there is gone. Okay? The scratch marks, they load over here. Where do you think the Nia is? I'll give you one big hint. She's in the locker. Are you going to check the locker? Let's see if he checks the locker. I mean, she's in that locker. 100%. She's either in the locker or she's urban evading or back around. But she knows that that's a dead zone. There's an L wall, T wall. There's this over here is just an L wall, T wall. Right here, there's a long wall. You can play this long wall a little bit, kind of go woo around the long wall. But there's no pallet over here. And this direction is pretty much just dead. So if she's smart, she's probably trying to hide in this locker or just run away. And you're not going to check the locker. Okay. Did you hear that? She just jumped out of the locker. So the Nia that you hooked previously is going to be here, so if you find her, she's probably just going to DS you. That was, I don't know how that hit, but okay. Alright. Looked like she might have had Lithe. She's going pretty fast there. She's pallet blinding you, okay. An interesting decision from Nia. Why is she... Okay, so she doesn't have balance landing because it would have gone off there. I like the little fake there. That's always nice. She didn't go for it, but that's okay. She's just blinding you and running in a straight line. Okay. So now we come to a crossroads. You've got the Nia all the way over here. You've got this Nia. You've got, I think this is a Feng Min. So what are you going to choose to do? You have saved the best for last. None of these are Jake. Jake's actually injured. You can see Jake injured down here. You know that I believe this Nia is injured, and the Nia over there is injured. So this Nia is running towards the house, which has a fair amount of safe loops outside of it. It's got, I think there's one that spawns in like the back corner, there's one that spawns here, one that spawns on basically every corner of the house is pretty safe. This person is running towards, I can't tell what that is because of the pixelation from the corn, but it's probably not very safe. And the injured Nia that you were chasing is going at the harvester. You do have Pop Goes the Weasel, so if you'd gotten the Nia at the harvester, the one over here, you probably could have come back and popped this. So I see what you're trying to do to keep them off this generator by going after someone else, but I don't know that it was the right call. I think you might have wanted to go after the original Nia. Like faked coming towards these people and then gone after the original. Oh, we just saw it. Oh wait, that was the uninjured one. So you saw the injured one. And you missed the Jake. The Jake is sitting on the generator still. Okay. Oh, this Nia just didn't... What are these survivors, man? Can I play on Europe? Freddy plays on Europe, for anyone who doesn't know. He's one of my mods. Can I play on Europe, dude? These survivors are... I don't know what this Nia is doing. So she's going to go down, but the issue is that you left the Jake on the generator, and you're going to try and hook her for pop, and the generator's just going to go off. That's one of the reasons I don't really like running Pop Goes the Weasel sometimes. And I prefer... Yeah, you should have slugged her. You should have slugged her here. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get pop to work so you can get the pop up and go pop that generator that you just chased 3 of them off of. But at least the Jake is still on it, and probably 1 or 2 of them have run back to it since they know you're picking her up. You should have slugged her here because you know for a fact that there's somebody still on that generator, or at least you should have seen Jake still on that generator. And most likely one of these two, I think it's a Feng and a Nia, they're going to go back for that generator. So pop's not going to work here. You should have slugged this Nia and gone back to the generator. You do have a hook right there, but yeah. So this is one of the reasons I don't like Pop Goes the Weasel. I feel like I can never get it to work on time. It's good on Freddy though. Don't get me wrong. All right, so you've got basically 3 trails of blood and scratches to follow. You're doing a pretty good job of tracking. He's actually tracking the blood through the corn, which is really, really tough to do. Place this. Why are you not placing? Okay, listen. I know that she's looping the wrong side of this. She's looping the short side. The longer side's over here, and then you got the shorter side over here. Either way, you see this this prompt right here? You should be using these. You should use these dream snares. They're really good. They slow by 15%, and they don't slow you down when you use them. You should really use those when you're on loops like this. Even if she's looping the wrong side, she's gonna. I can see her right here. She's gonna slam this pallet in your face. You might as well have dropped a snare down though, because if she had gone to the long side, she could have done this like 2 or 3 more times. Unless you had dropped a snare. You really need to use snares on loops. You're not going to break it, which is... Okay, that one's pretty safe. Please place a snare on this loop. Please just... Okay, we're... Let's not talk about what just happened right here at all. Let's talk about this pallet. Alright, so you've got the pallet right here. Okay, this is your pallet. You've got your short side of the loop. And you've got your longer side of the loop. You still have dream snares, man. You've got 6 of them. There are 6 of them remaining in your inventory. She actually started going around the long side. So when you were coming in from this way, if you just place a snare like right here, or like right here, and she tries to do this loop again, she goes, ah, and then you just slap her. Obviously, she chose to do something and drop the pallet on the same side as you, but you really need to be placing these snares in loops. The fact that you don't get slowed down as Freddy while placing snares in loops is like one of his biggest strengths. She's going to slide over. So if she had slid over and you had a snare back here, why is she just standing there staring at you, by the way? If you had a snare back there, it would have forced her to run either this way and hit the snare, or this way back towards where you know. Well, you left the pallet up, so she could probably play it a little bit. But either way, you could just snare it up again. Either way, if you had placed the snare previously, she would have had to choose to go through the snare this way, which leads to her dying. Go over here to the pallet, which probably leads to her dying. Or going into the house, which is just a freaking death trap. So, if you had pre-placed a snare on this loop, I think you would have been able to catch her a lot easier. You see, if you had placed the snare, you see, the snare would have been like right here. That's where you want to put it on like basically like the corners of the loops. In case you're not aware, if you place snares at like the corners of loops, like right here, right here, right here somewhere, when they're running the loop, they'll come in, they'll hit it, and then you'll be able to get the free hit basically. So if you had pre-placed that, you could have caught her a lot easier. There might be a pallet here. There isn't. So you're going to get her. But you could have gotten her a lot easier and saved yourself a little bit of time. You know, just minor things. So she's back on the hook that she started off on. Alright, you're going to teleport. Are you going to fake this or actually go through with it? You faked it. That's interesting. So let's go back a little bit to the barbecue auras. So this is Jake. You can tell because it's the only male barbecue aura. This is a Fangarania, and this is a Fangarania. So Jake is basically, he's going up into the house. Now, the house has the generator, but other than that, there's nothing in this house. She looks like she's moving, like, this direction. And is she, like, cleansing a totem or something? I'm not really sure. Either way, I think that you would have been fine to commit to this. I don't think you're going to want to chase this Jake. You've got 5 stacks to save the best for last, and you probably want to keep them. And this generator probably has a fair amount of progress on it, because remember, you started off at a generator over here, chasing off all 4 of them. All 4 of them were here. And you chased one around this way. So the other survivors are probably not going to be following you in this direction, which means that this generator's probably not been worked on, and this one's up in a house, and nobody's up there, so that one hasn't been touched. So this generator right here has probably got some progress on it, and you just got your Pop Goes the Weasel up. So you probably should have actually committed to teleporting there. I'm sure you probably could have popped that and then maybe gotten a hit on this survivor right here, because that's the Jake. It's a lot easier to see once he's side profile. I think you should have committed to that teleport. All right, you see the Nia running for that. Maybe you didn't, because it looks like you're going for Jake. Are you trying? Okay. There's Jake, crouching in a corner, trying to pretend to be a barrel. Oh, it's Jake and Nia. Jake gave you a nice little teabag. Nice guy. She got saved. So I guess the Fang wrapped around and saved. That's fine. There was a Nia right there. Okay. You go through with the dream. Okay. Interesting choice. Okay. Please, for the love of God, Freddy, if I don't see you place a dream snare right here to prevent fast vaults on this window, I'm gonna lose my mind. Please just, you don't get slowed down. Just place the dream snare. Is vaulting the window. She doesn't punish you by running the long wall again. Okay, so you can see the bits, you can see the top bits of the pallet here, so hopefully he's gonna mind game it or something and not just walk into it. Yep, he's gonna, okay. He's gonna go for it. She's gonna leave it because she knows that's not very safe. Despite the fact that you're not placing dream snares, and you could have dream pallets for all she knows, because she's never seen a dream snare in her life. Balanced landing, that, okay. Ambitious swing into balanced landing, but it paid off, so that's nice. That's being worked on. Oh boy, it's a fiesta. I I think the right thing to do is to go after these Nias, because you are at 7 stacks. The Jake has a toolbox, which is a little suspect, and this generator is pretty progressed. But I think you should go after the Nias. Try and fake it. They're not camping pallets, so you should probably adapt your playstyle. Why have you not placed a Dream Snare? When you swung and missed, and you saw her just standing at this corner, when she's standing at this corner over here, she's going to loop. She's going to start looping. You know for a fact that camping corners... I know you play this game, okay? You've got a long wall here behind you, by the way. You need to have a Dream Snare, like, at the corner back here, or behind the pallet, or at the long wall, or, like, anywhere. Just place a Dream Snare anywhere. Please, for the love of God, Freddy. Use your Dream Snares. You didn't really hide your red light there, but that's okay. She just drops it immediately. And you heard someone vault the window while you were in the chase. That's good. You were paying attention. I think the Nia went back in the locker again. I think that Nia's hopping. She might have, like, head on. You're gonna do a little flick check things. Okay, so one of the snares that you placed literally in the beginning of the game just paid off. Oh my god, you placed a Dream Snare. You placed 2 of them. Thank you, Freddy. Finally. She has Lithe. So you see her running with Lithe. Your teleport's almost off cooldown. She's running into... She has Killer Shack here. She has some kind of jungle gym that you haven't broken the pallet of here. And there's typically a pallet here. So this is pretty safe. This is all right safe. This is pretty safe over here. And there are no generators anywhere nearby. There's like one right over here, but we'll ignore that for now. Because she's not going to work on it. She can run this for a while. She can run Killer Shack for a long time, especially if you're not placing Dream Snares. And this tile it's somewhat safe. So hopefully, I'm hoping that you turn around and teleport and just leave her. She lithed away from you, so you know she has Lithe now. You need to teleport back and get pressure on those gens or they're going to go off. Okay, you're going to chase her. Your teleport is off cooldown. You land the swing. Okay. She going for a harvester? No. Oh. Okay, I guess this Nia was self-carrying? I don't know what Nia was doing, but you need to teleport back to that generator and pop it. Oh my word. Okay, so this is another reason why I dislike Pop Goes the Weasel sometimes. Because it happened. This is what, the third time that this has happened this match, where generators are just getting done in your face and you have nothing to use Pop on. You did kill the one Nia, so that's nice. You're teleporting to the corner. I mean, there's an injured Nia here, but I don't know if it was the right decision to not go towards the corner where you could pressure 2 of them. You know she has Lithe, she doesn't have Dead Hearts, you can just swing into it. Oh dear. Okay, so that Nia is sabotaging. I see. Alright, you swung a little early there, that's okay. You've saved the best for last, so swinging is fine. By the way, in case you didn't know, your cooldown on successful hits with Save the Best for Last, it counts if you're carrying somebody. So it does still reduce it by 40%, so he's actually fine to swing here. I think she probably has prepared this hook, because that other one was super prepped. So I think this hook's going to break. No, she's going to go down because it's Save the Best for Last, but you're going to drop. Okay. You're going to slug. This pallet's still up, so you need to play it. Or she could just not drop it in time, and that works too. Okay. You've got good pressure here. I mean, you could theoretically slug, but you don't know where the Jake is, so I think it's fine to actually pick up here. Okay, you know exactly where the Jake is. Just go kill the Jake. Why are you... Okay. She just broke... So this hook right here has a Nia already on it, and she broke the closest one to you. And you've been in this area before. You know that hook, this hook right here, the one that the Nia is currently on, that's like the only hook that exists in this area, besides the one that she just broke over here. So picking up this, you're gonna have to drop this Nia. You're not gonna get her to hook. You don't have agitation or iron grasp or anything, and you know exactly where Jake is, unless she has unbreakable, which she could, I guess, if she's saboing. Maybe she has unbreakable. That would make a little bit of sense. You should just go after Jake and basically slug her and just win the game. I mean, you're gonna have to drop her. Yeah, okay. The closest hook is this one all the way over here, or this one all the way over here. And both of those are all the way behind the house. You're gonna have to drop her. You shouldn't have wasted time picking her up at all. How did she just... What? How did she just pick herself back up? Does Unbreakable not reset when you get dropped? When you get picked up? I thought when you got picked up by the killer, Unbreakable reset. Okay. My mistake. You could have... You know she has live. She just got hooked, so her exhaustion reset. If you had placed a dream snare, you know, these fancy things that you have right here, bud, that you still have 4 of. If you had placed a dream snare at the window while you were chasing her in the loop around that window, she wouldn't have gained as much distance from you. Why are you placing dream snares now? Please place a dream snare. Oh my god, is she actually gonna fall for this? Can I move to Europe? These survivors are... Why are you... What are you doing? Okay, you know that this hook is the only one that's standing. They saboed the hooks, like, all the other hooks over here are broken. Turn around and take her over here. This Nia is slugged, like, right here. There's a slugged Nia right here, under this hook. If you hook the Nia on your shoulder, right here, where are you going to take this one? You should have turned around and taken her into the corn. Why are you taking her to this corner hook? You're just playing into what this slug Nia wants. Jake has been... What has Jake been doing? Jake's been chilling in the house, man. Why are you teleporting upstairs? What? Okay. I guess he's asleep, so you're trying to confuse him, but... Okay, yeah, maybe it'll work. Apparently it worked. Jake is... Jake, what are you up to, bud? He's hiding in a... He's running to the corner. Okay, so Jake must be saboing as well. Typical sabo Jakes. I mean, I guess at this point you should just slug both of them and wait for the hooks to respawn. Like, where are you taking him? There are no hooks nearby. Oh, he's not struggling. He's given up. Okay, so never mind. I guess you got him. Yeah, I mean, I think main thing to critique here, I like the perk build. I think the perk build's pretty solid. Rune gives you that pressure in the early game to keep them off gens. Outdoor rope is solid. Nancy sketch is solid. Pop is solid. Barbecue, beautiful perk, especially on someone with teleportation like Freddy. Why are you picking her up? There's nowhere to put her. There's nowhere to put her. All your hooks are broke. Stop. Just leave her on the ground. Save the best for last. Also fantastic perk. Your target selection maybe could use like a little bit of touching up. Like that one scenario. Can we go? Let's go back. The one scenario where you were in the corn and you found like all 4 of them. That was pretty early. Where was that? So like right here? No. Later on? Right here. Okay. So like this, I mean, I think basically everything was pretty good. Let's go back to right here. All right. So you get blinded and you come up on this generator. Okay. So you come up on this generator. You've got injured Nia here. You've got Jake hiding behind the generator. You've got injured Nia here. And you have healthy Nia off screen. I think, so this Nia that's running up here, she has a harvester. Harvester, easy peasy, especially if you use these dream snares. I think you should go for this injured Nia, or potentially the Jake that you apparently didn't see. or even the one off screen. I don't think you should have tunneled so much onto this Nia. I think you definitely should have gone over, because if you go after this Nia over here and you follow her up to the harvester like you did, you're pressuring one survivor. There's one survivor over here to pressure. If you go this direction and you hit this Nia and maybe down her, you've pressured 3 survivors. So, I mean, I don't, math, typically one's less than 3. Also, I love you. 1 is less than 3. So you want to go for the option that gives you more pressure, the most pressure possible. But you chose to go for the Nia. I mean, it's a small thing, honestly. You 4K'd the game, so there's not, but this series is about, fixing mistakes. Like here, you go towards them, but you don't commit. Like you hit her, you put her to sleep, you injure her, but then you go back after this Nia. I mean, you know that the Nia's in a dead. Also, the Nia just sits in the corn like a whatever. You know the Nia only has this harvester. There's like a little L wall T wall over here. Whatever. Who cares about that? I think you should have not gone after, or you could have gone after this Nia, but you should have slugged her for sure. When you hit her here, you should have turned around immediately. Just turn around and go back to that generator. That generator is so close to being finished, you know the survivors are going to go back on it. This is high ranks. They're greedy. They don't care that they're all asleep and all injured. They're going to try and pop that gen. They're going to get it finished before you pick up this Nia. So I think slugging here would have been a better idea. And just slugging her, and then instead of picking her up and having the gen pop in your face so you can't use your pop goes the weasel. Other than that, I mean, the little bit of slugging at the end here, where you kind of like bring this Nia back for some reason. Where was it? Like this part where you down the Nia. Like you hook the Nia over here, right? And then she escapes. And then you down her again. When you downed her the second time, why in the world did you go back to this corner? You should have turned around and taken her to the hook that you ended up putting the Jake on. The one that's at the corner of the Thompson house. Because you have if you have a slugged Nia right here, and you know that this is the only hook in the area, because they've broken the hook here, and they've broken the hook here, and they've broken the hook here. This corner is pretty safe, right? So this is like safe if you waste this hook right here. So just turn around and take her to the house. You have plenty of time. You could have made them. I mean, in fact, you show that you can make them. When you pick up the Jake like right here, and you make it all the way over to the Thompson house hook. He doesn't wiggle, but you still would have made it. So with the slug Nia right here, under this hook, just turn around and take this other Nia to a different hook. That's basically it. So let's skip to the end, because you kill them all. I assume you eventually get this Nia on a hook. Yeah, the hook respawns. And you eventually get it. So what ranks are they? You get Ruthless. Oh, apparently somebody posted something in German that I can't read. Okay, so... Oh my word. Well, I guess in in hindsight, maybe you shouldn't have slugged them, because we got 3 Unbreakables on the team. Yeah, that's interesting. So, I mean, overall, pretty good match. You did get the 4K. I think there's just some small things you could have ironed out. Choosing to slug that Nia at the Harvester, I think, is the big one. When you knew where literally all 4 of them were, way back here. When you knew where all 4 of them were on that generator, I think you should have slugged the Nia and gone back to the generator to keep them off of it, to try and keep the pressure up. Obviously, with the added hindsight of seeing these, we know that would not have been a good idea. Although I believe this was the Nia that you ended up killing. So she doesn't have Unbreakable. It was the others. But either way, I mean, overall, pretty good match. I think you just could have placed snares more, man. They're free. They're absolutely free. They slow 15%. They have no downside. You do not slow down while placing them. They take like 0.775 seconds to place. So they're easy. They're easy. They're free. They're super good on loops. Just place them, like, you can place them mid-loop, like, while you're running the loop. Like, you're running the loop, just place the snare and continue running. Like, you don't lose any time doing that, right? Like, say there's, like, you know, the long side and the short side, and, like, there's a pallet. Just while you're running this loop, just place the snare, man. And then continue running the loop with her. And then when she gets here, she'll go, and try and drop the pallet. Like, you force pallets early with snares. That's what Freddy's power is about, man. Freddy's power is about forcing those snares early. So I would place more snares, and try tactically slugging a little bit more, especially in spots like this where you knew where all 4 of them were. You've got save the best for last. You could have just slapped them all up and maybe finished the match like, I don't know, like 10 minutes earlier. I don't know. Either way, thank you all for watching. This has been the first episode of Entity Education, of Rin's Real Reviews, which is an Entity Education production, as it says on the title card. Thank you for your submission, Freddy. Man, I'm doing this all in one take, and I'm losing my sanity at the end of this, apparently. If you want to submit your own, join the Discord. It is linked in the description below. There is a channel for it, Rin's Real Reviews Submissions. Try and upload them in 1080p if you can. Try and show the end game, so I can go over the end game. Try and show your builds, and if you have any like comments that you want to put on that as well about like, hey, you know, I keep losing 4 gens before I get all my traps down as trapper or something like that. I can try and look at it and give you more focused criticism or critiques for it. This was just a general one from Freddy, just to kind of start off the series. I don't think he had anything specific that he wanted me to talk about. But just post those on the Discord, and I'll keep trying to do these to fill the gap between killer releases. And the Oni video should be coming out soon-ish, since he does come out in just a few days, which I am looking forward to. But anyways, I'll stop rambling, and I will see you in the next episode of Rin's Real Reviews, which will be covering someone else's gameplay submission. And the Oni video will be out soon. Please stop asking about it. I know. Goodbye.